And welcome back to the Flow Sports Fix on this Thursday night. Got the Statman's AFL tips still to come for you. We'll also hear from Court and her Sports Express. But right now it's time for some local football with the Flow Man. He's looking at Northeastern and Riverland footy.
And in independent football, it was a massive win by Blanchetown Swan Reach. 30 goals, 12 to beat Brownswell, 6 goals, 6. And John Anthony booted 16 goals out of the 30. So he is certainly off to a good start for the season, as are the Redbacks at the BSR. They look like an early season favourite in this competition. The Brownies, just struggling away for numbers. And it was Sedan Cambrai 12-11 beating Cobdogla 10-9. Those two sides look like they're going to be featuring later in the season, while Ramco 12-10-82 beat Paringa 6-6-42 in what I think might be, for some, a bit of a changing of the guard for the Paringa Swannies there. As we head to the Riverland football competition, and it was a really interesting match, a draw game. We've got our first draw, Barmer and Monash 11-10, Loxton North 10-16. They both ended up on 76 each. Wakery 17-10 beat Berry, 5 goals, 4 to open Wakery's account for the season. They'll be pretty pleased with that to do so on that game. And now heading to the Barossa Light and Gawler competition, and Justin Westhoff might have left Port Adelaide last year, but he's still got his kicking boots. He booted 9 goals in Tanunda's win 28-11 to poor old Barossa District's 2 goals, 8. If you don't mind, Westhoff, the best player on the ground, and who can deny the fact that he nearly hit 300 games for the Power. Maybe he's good enough to still be running around. That's a very good performance for Tanunda in opening his account up there in the black and white. Williston got another win at home, 15-11 over South Gawler 13-10. Maybe Andrew Jarman knows how to get the home wins, beating his crosstown rival by a couple of goals. While on the game between Freeling and the Kapunda Bombers at Kapunda, the Mick and Shanahan goes to Kapunda 17-17, 119 to beat Freeling 6-3-39. Pretty one-sided affair, although Freeling probably improved on their previous week. And it was Anguston on the Anzac Clash on the Sunday, 16-10 to beat New York Barova 7-7. That's a big win there by the boys from Anguston, the Panthers, in good form over the Tigers on that occasion. Let's head to football in the Yorke Peninsula, and the CMS Crows way too good for Big Sammy Jacobs as Ardrossan, and a great performance by the Crows. 20 goals, 12, 132, beating Ardrossan 5-4-34. Good news out of Ardrossan, one of their lads, Caleb Poulter, is debuting for Collingwood this weekend, former junior at Ardrossan. So good stuff from young Caleb. That'll give some of the Ardrossan folk a bit of joy after a big loss to the rivals, the Crows, by more than 15 goals. Moonta too good for Central York Cougars 13-15 to 7-7. And in another thriller, the Southern Eagles beat Wallaroo by 2 points, 9-8 to 9-6, while Pascaville 9-13-67 in the Anzac Clash over Butte 7-8-50 in a good game. Butte have improved. Paskey look really like a solid performer this year in YPFL. In Adelaide Plains, scores had Hamley Bridge go down to Angle Vale 16-12 to 10-11. Two Wells too good for Balaclava 16-9 to 5-8. Virginia beat Hummocks 12-11 to 7-12, while Malala 27 goals, 16 to United, 2 goals, 2. That is a thumping, if you don't mind. But the old rivals game, poor old United. The Long Plains just haven't been able to get the recruits this year. Malala look like they've done exactly that and look the goods, that is for sure. Northeastern football, North Clare beat South Clare 11-13-79 to South Clare 6-8-44. Was RSMU 13-11 to Minman 7-8. A great performance by the Saints to start off their season, 17-9 to Blythe Snowtown 3-3. And BSR 16-12 beat BBH Rams 8-5 in a pretty one-sided game there by the Tigers over their rivals, the BBH. So good start to the season by the Southern Saints. The RSMU 2 beating Minman, another of the likely types for finals football. And the Clare Derby goes North Clare's way in northeastern footy.
Thanks, Flo Man. Now to go across the border, we're looking at Golden Rivers, Farrer and Riverina footy.
In Golden Rivers weekend round matches, we had some good games. Wandella got home against Hay, 14-5-89. Hay, 7-11-53. I thought, gee, at the home deck, the Lions might be able to win that, but wasn't to be. Their second loss of the season. Moolameen showed why they are going to be a force to be reckoned with this year. They beat Maribyrnong 12-13-85 to 10-13-73 in a great match at the Swans home deck at Moolameen. And then what about this Quambatook? 16-20-116. They've got some new recruits there at Quamby, and they've beaten Macorna 6-9-45, so they lost by a lot in their first round match against Nullawil, but they weren't to be denied this time. A very good win from them, and they'd be celebrating still in the Saints land over there at Quambatook. While Nullawil 21-18-144, if you don't mind, they are the premiership favourite right now because they beat their old foe Ultima 6-10-46. If you don't mind, 98 points. That is a very one-sided game, Nullawil over Ultima. But some good signs, I think, there, and some changing of the guard with Moolameen, and a good win for Quambatook in round 2 action. Let's get to and have a look at the Farah competition. And CSU won over Riverland easily, 17-12 to 5-5 up at the Two Blues home ground. It was a big win for North Wagga over Collyamberley, 19-7-121 to 5-7-37, while it was East Wagga Karingal, 19-22, easily over the Kangaroos from Temora, 5-9-39. And what about this? The Marra Bombers, 13-11-89, thrashing the Rock Yerrin Creek, 4-9-33. And that says a fair bit, I reckon, about the competition after the early rounds, that the Marra Bombers are going to be a force to be reckoned with. East Wagga Karingal will be around the mark, and North Wagga Saints there too. I think Charles Sturt University be about there and abouts, and maybe the Rock Yerrin Creek still with an outside chance of getting to that top 4. But gee, it does look like Marra the side to go after. North Wagga and East Wagga also amongst it right now in that competition. While finally we go to the Riverina, and it was the GGGM Lions, 19-11-125, betting the Bulldogs from Turvey Park, 5-8-38. Coolaman Rovers upset Collingully, 11-23-89 to 9-7-61. Collingully GP had won their first game of the season, but Coolaman look like they're the goods at the moment, these Grasshoppers. They are really going well at the moment, and Griffith Swans are going well, beating Leeton Witten Crows, 12-10-82 to 7-4-46. And gee, the Crows, who played off in the grand final last year, lost their first 2 matches. Whilst, what about this for an upset of the season? The MCUE Goannas have beaten Wagga Tigers 14-13-97 to 3-7-25. If you don't mind, Manglapar, Cookadinia, United East Lakes, they are celebrating in all those regions, and the Goannas have come out biting hard. 14-13 to 3-7 is a big win from them at the Robertson Oval, the home of the Wagga Tigers. The question being asked is, what happened to the Tigers? Well, I think the Goannas are still scratching their heads too, because they played some great football. Maybe some changing of the guard post 2020 with some of the teams emerging to be competitive this year after last season. That is a look at football in the Riverina.
And there will be more on Riverina footy tomorrow on the Flow Sports Show from 4 till 7. You can catch it with Wayne the Flowman and Jace the Stabman. Make sure you're listening out as they cover local football and local netball too, right across the Flow region. Right here on Flow from 4 o'clock tomorrow, the Sports Show.